In 1975, a 29-year-old man was living in an unheated apartment in New York City. He had sold the dog he loved for $40, not to pay off debts, to afford food. 3 weeks later, that same man turned down an offer of $325,000. Why? Because there was one condition in the contract he would never accept. He could not play the lead role in his own script. That man was Sylvester Stallone. And the script was Rocky. Sylvester Stallone was born in 1946 in New York during a complicated birth that permanently damaged a facial nerve. The result was visible for the rest of his life: the drooping mouth, the slurred speech, the crooked expression. As a child, teachers told his parents he was a lost cause. He was expelled from more than 10 schools. He grew up in an unstable home: violence, financial hardship, emotional neglect. As a teenager, he even spent time in a reformatory. Nothing about him seemed to fit the classic image of a movie star. Still, at 20, he decided he would become an actor. People's reaction wasn't anger or encouragement. It was disbelief. That uncomfortable silence that makes it clear this isn't going to happen. He started auditioning and hearing rejection, one after another. They said his appearance was strange, that his voice didn't work for cinema, that no one could take him seriously on screen. To survive, Stallone took any job he could find. He cleaned lion cages at the Central Park Zoo. He worked as an usher at movie theaters. He took small parts in cheap productions just to pay the rent. And he wrote compulsively. Scripts no one wanted to buy. Stories that came back sealed inside envelopes. In 1975, things got even worse. The money was completely gone. The apartment was so cold he slept in his coat. And then came the most humiliating moment of his life. Stallone took Bootkus, his bull mastiff, his companion since puppyhood, and went to the front of a grocery store. He waited for someone willing to buy him. He sold the dog for $40, then walked away without looking back, because he knew that if he looked, he wouldn't be able to keep walking. 2 days later, he went to watch a boxing match, Muhammad Ali versus Chuck Wepner. Ali was considered unbeatable. Wepner stepped into the ring just to survive as long as possible, and that's exactly what he did. He kept fighting back. Round after round, hurt, falling in every round, with no real chance of winning. He lasted 15 rounds against Muhammad Ali and was only knocked out with 19 seconds left in the fight. That night, Stallone saw something familiar in that ring, because outside of it, his own life had been hitting him for years. Poverty, failure, humiliation, closed doors. And yet, somehow, he kept getting back up. He went home and started writing. He sat at the typewriter for nearly 20 hours straight. When he finished, he held the first draft of Rocky in his hands, the story of an unknown boxer from Philadelphia who gets an unlikely shot and decides to go all the way with it. It was fiction, but it carried everything Stallone knew from the inside. He took the script to the studios, and for the first time, someone showed interest. The producers liked the story immediately. They offered $25,000. Stallone refused, because there was a catch. Someone else would play the lead. The studios wanted a known name: James Caan, Ryan O'Neal, Burt Reynolds. The offer went up. $100,000. He refused. $200,000. He refused again. $325,000, with barely $100 in his bank account. Hungry? No prospects. He refused once more, because he believed this would be the only real chance of his life. In the end, the producers accepted his condition, but they drastically cut the film's budget. To Hollywood, Rocky would just be a small, cheap production. Stallone agreed to the deal, and as soon as he got his first payment, he decided to take care of one thing before anything else. He went back to the market where he had sold Butkus. He waited a full day, then another. On the afternoon of the third day, he found the man who had bought the dog. He tried to negotiate. In the end, he paid $15,000 and even offered a small role in the film to get his dog back. Butkus appears in Rocky. He's the protagonist's dog. Rocky premiered in November 1976. It cost about $1 million to make, and it grossed over $200 million worldwide. It won the Oscar for Best Picture, Best Director, Best Editing. And Stallone was nominated simultaneously for Best Actor and Best Original Screenplay. A feat that, until then, only Charlie Chaplin and Orson Welles had achieved. The man who had been told for years he would never be enough was now in the same conversation as some of the greatest names in cinema history. What this story shows us is that sometimes you have to embrace the pain instead of trying to avoid it. Stallone recognized himself when he saw a fighter in trouble. When the whole world tells you it's time to give up, maybe that's exactly when your hidden chance reveals itself.